Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 56 of the Cosmic Force. And happy Star Wars Celebration Eve. At least that is the day that it is when you will actually be listening to this. We are actually recording this a little bit early so that since we will be on our way to Star Wars Celebration. But it is a very exciting time for all of us Star Wars fans because it is the week that we have been waiting 2 years for. Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim. So we're gonna have a fun show that kind of goes over all the things that you need to know about Star Wars Celebration, about comics and books, and what Utini is doing. So it's gonna be a fun time. So let's go ahead and say hi to the rest of the team tonight, starting where we always do with Emma. Emma, how are we doing tonight?
Ooh, the excitement is real. I started, putting things in suitcases today. And yeah, it is getting absolutely crazy. But of course, like when you're listening to this or watching this, I will actually be in Disneyland. So leaving Tuesday. So it is getting exciting. And I just can't wait to meet everybody. Honestly, like that is the thing that I'm most excited for. Like if that is the only thing that I had the opportunity to do at Celebration was to just meet everybody from Utini, I would be happy. But we get so much more than that, which is super, super fun. So I really can't wait.
Yeah, it's meeting everybody in person is definitely number one on my like things that I'm looking forward to, and number two is I'm a veteran. I think I've gone to this is my at least my fourth or that fifth celebration.
Wow.
Living in Florida helps, but watching you rookies, go through this for the first time is going to be awesome. There's going to be lots of tears. We're all going to
Yeah,
be crying because Star Wars does that, and
it
and
does
and
that.
and it's allowed. So
Yeah.
lots of fun, Caleb, how are we doing tonight? I hate to continue talking about all this because you unfortunately, I know, as you sigh, you unfortunately will be holding on the fort at home for us
I'm
this week.
I'm the token member of this discussion of what can you do from home other than get mildly jealous and or gear up for next year. So I think I'm excited. There's going to be some big announcements I'm hoping for. But yeah, I'm just going to feed off of your excitement, your anticipation of what's going to be coming, and just kind of lay back, have a good time. It was great because I am the least prepared for any episode we've done of this show, and that's okay. There's nothing else I can do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
if there's ever an episode that you're just gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna let my co-host kind of steer the ship here, it's gonna be this one.
Absolutely.
All right, and our last host tonight is a special guest host tonight. You have seen him on our show, I think two previous times. This might be his third time here, and he's of course the one of the hosts of Legends Look Back, and that is Jared. Jared, I got that right? This is your third official appearance.
I don't know, man. I have lost count, but
How
I'm
many?
exhausted. My
I
brain
guess
is no
the
longer
better
functioning.
the
This
better
is
question is
my
how many have you done this week?
this is my fourth Utini podcast
Oh,
in 4 days.
what
We
a champ.
and shout out to the Legends Look Back team. I really ran them through the grinder. We did 2 episodes Thursday night. So the episode that's going to be premiering tomorrow night, like we're flow walking like Jason Solo here through the time world between worlds. Yeah, if you're watching this live,
Okay, yes.
it's not live. Tomorrow's episode we recorded last week. We did them 2 in one night, a double episode on Kenobi. Then we did the John Jackson Miller interview Friday night, and now here I am doing the Cosmic Force because, I mean, I'm just so excited for Celebration. We got to talk about this stuff.
Absolutely. Man, listen, I gotta say, that was wild. I was happy to be a part of the Kenobi thing. And I can now say that I have actually podcasted past midnight now. I can say that
You've done
Oh,
it.
nice.
because of you.
So
You're welcome,
follow
and
up
I'm
on
sorry.
follow up on that question, Emma. Can
Yeah.
you officially say you've read the novel Kenobi?
I can officially say that. So the
You
whole
did finish it.
the whole joke is that before we're on Wednesday nights, Legends Look Back is on Thursday nights, and I was telling Tyler and Caleb and Timothy the night before, I was like, guys, I haven't read Kenobi yet. Like this,
You hadn't started it.
I hadn't started it yet. And I am a woman of my word, so I took the whole day Thursday and I read it.
That is
And
amazing.
I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Although I did give it a good on our Utini scale. Well, the John Jackson Miller, unbeknownst to me, was watching, and I felt horrible after.
I did
God.
apologize to him for you, and he
Thank
said,
you.
"Oh, I don't care."
Oh, he's probably heard much worse.
That's awesome.
He was
That's
a
awesome.
champ.
But, I did increase my score at the end for those curious. I gave it an incredible, which is one step below masterpiece. And honestly, I found myself actually the last few days thinking about it. So
You will. That's how it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
that
I-
kind of
when
book.
I
I see
definitely
your
a big
brain
one.
finally catches up and starts processing all the things it's heard.
Exactly.
It's like it's absorbed that much and it's slowly filtering in for your subconscious.
Exactly.
Like, oh wait, that was a good scene.
Because I believe you said you were reading it on like listening to it. I believe on
Was
like
it 3?
2.7 speed or
I
something like
actually
that.
bumped it up to 3.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. I bumped it up to 3, but I was reading along like with a physical book. I couldn't do that on its own, but I was able to kind of like see the words, and yeah, it's it's the first time I've read a book in a day. I can say that.
That's a fun
That's-
feeling.
That
It is a fun
awesome.
feeling. It's like when you have a paper due the next day for school, and you get it in like just on time. Like it's due at 11:59 p.m. and you get it in like a half hour early. It's like that feeling. It's good.
Very nice, very nice. Well, normally we do talk about Star Wars comics. It's a little bit of a slow week, so if you are joining us for the first time, we do welcome you. We talk about all things Star Wars, but normally we talk about Star Wars comics because we are a comics podcast that broadcasts live right here on YouTube.com/Utini every Wednesday at 8 p.m. But if you can't join us live, that is quite all right because we are also available on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. We are also part of the Utini Podcast Network of shows, of which Jared is a host of one of our shows, Legends Look Back, and a Discord channel at utini.com/Discord with more than 1,000 members and dozens of channels of conversation to choose from. If you like what you see and you want to say thanks, then head on over to our Patreon channel at patreon.com/Utini, where for as little as $5 a month, you can gain exclusive access to the entire Utini podcast network of shows, as well as exclusive merch and community involvement activities. So, like I said, this is a little bit of, we are recording this a little bit early, but we're going to try to do this as normal as possible. So when I went to do the show notes for this, I went to pull the weekly pull list for this upcoming week. Yeah, spoiler alert, there is none.
Nothing.
So we're just
Although
gonna have to
I
go-
will note, the physical version of what is that manga? High Republic manga.
Oh crap!
What's it called?
Edge
Uh,
of
Edge of Balance.
Balance.
Edge of
Edge of Balance
Balance?
Volume 2. The physical version is coming out this week. The digital version has been available since February, so I figured it would be good to just like verbally note it to everybody.
That is the one piece of
Yes.
of High Republic literature I have not read yet. So
Yeah,
I
looking
suddenly
forward.
realized. Oh wait, I pre-ordered that. Does that mean it's coming soon? Let me pull up my
Yeah,
Amazon.
watch it arrive while we're all at Celebration.
I know. I pre-ordered
Aha!
a
The
signed
one
copy.
silver lining.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh no, Kayla. I pre-ordered a signed copy.
We're gonna get a
from
we're gonna get a
DJO's
message in
bookshop.
Slack.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Oh, it's
Caleb's gonna
so
message us.
good.
He's
It's
gonna
the
say,
10 out of 10.
"Look at this, guys. This is the highlight of my week."
You say you ordered a signed copy? That's
I did. I did. I from a DJO's local bookstore, which I'm blanking on the name at the moment. But hopefully that doesn't come during Celebration. 'Cause, you know,
Yeah,
you
that's
don't want
valuable.
something like that sitting on your front porch. Although my mom will be home, so she can rescue it for me.
Shout out to Emma's mom, saving the day.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, y'all need
So-
somebody like that.
There are no new books coming out this week. Probably because do we want to say probably because of Star Wars Celebration, or did we just happen to luck into that?
I think
don't
it's just
know.
a weird luck thing. Like,
I
you know,
would agree with that.
Or
As
delays.
weird as all of the Star Wars publishing has been for comics, I think this is just a coincidence. So the Force was on the side of the comics publishers because nobody's gonna be reading the books this week because because a lot of us are gonna be in Anaheim. So we do have this week is we do have a What We're Loving segment, and we decided to do this for What We're Loving this week is kind of highlight some of the artists that are appearing at Star Wars Celebration. Since this is a Star Wars Celebration episode, they did a whole early release of what would we say, Emma, about 24 or so artists.
Yeah, I'm not sure why my screen share isn't working here, but I was going to share it with everybody, the article here of the art, but I guess that won't be happening. That's okay. Yeah, it was something like a dozen or two pieces of art that you could order early for for Celebration.
Mhm.
I believe all of them were limited to something like 250 pieces, 200 to be pre-ordered before the show, 50 you can get on site, and all of those you pick up at the site. If you're watching this now, like that has been over for a couple weeks.
Yes.
But if you go early enough tomorrow, again, if you're watching this live, you could probably get whichever piece you want.
And I do highly encourage you, if you head over to starwars.com and find their Celebration Anaheim 2022 art show article, find the art. Like, you can still look through the art and then find the artists. A lot of them are active in social media. They have their own stores that they allow some that they have some art available to. So just because you can't get these pieces of art doesn't necessarily mean you can't necessarily support those artists, and go ahead to their local stores and websites and support them that way, because they have some pretty amazing pieces of art on here. It's something that I always do. You always come back with at least one piece of art from the celebrations that I go to. It's one of my favorite things at Celebration is to see all of this amazing art, because it really is something special.
Yeah, that's
Let me
great.
just say-
I went to order a piece actually, and it went so fast, like within a day. It's one.
Wow.
If I were to describe it, it's the one that has like a little tiny sliver of all 9 episodes, kind of like a landscape piece, and it goes from 1 to 9.
I
And
know
that's sold out very fast. So I'm gonna try Thursday morning. I'm gonna try to
That is
run over
that
there.
is called In a Galaxy Far, Far Away, and the
That's
artist is
right.
Alex Mines. And yes, it's kind of would you call it a minimalist kind of?
I would, and that's definitely kind of the style of art that I like. So I'm not surprised that I was drawn to that.
Yeah, the one that I am excited about. Now, I've not ordered it ahead of time. I would, however, like to get this author's signature at Celebration. A Legends author, here it is, Chris Trevis. Chris Trevis has illustrated all of the full page, full color illustrations that are in the Essential Reader's Companion that Pablo Hidalgo wrote. Basically, it's like the entire history of Legends in one
it's over
volume. Did
there.
all this original art, and he's going to be at Celebration. This is like our most talked about book on all of Legends Look Back,
Yeah.
and I'm very excited to hopefully get the chance
I actually
to get
am.
a sig.
I'm scrolling on the website here. This piece is beautiful that he's done at Celebration, The Princess's Gambit.
Yeah, shout out to Jacob. You got a Bush helmet on here.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's a very nice piece. Jared, are you and I gonna be early morning the art booth there?
I will do whatever. I mean, I'm just excited to hang out with you guys. If you guys have something you want to do, let's do it. Absolutely.
Let's do it.
My number one goal is signatures from authors.
Yeah.
So, and obviously Chris Trevis would count as well.
Yeah, for sure. And by the way, everybody listening, I will put the link to this website that we're talking about in
Yeah,
the
that would help.
description. Yeah.
And then Jared, I believe you had something else unique to this section about what you're loving this week, and I believe it's that little thing. I say little in a relative term.
My chair.
Oh, we almost had a major accident live.
The leash for my headphones almost pulled me over. All right, yeah, I got in the mail big hardcover comics omnibus, The Empire, Volume 1. I've not even cracked the cellophane. You guys ready for this?
Oh yeah.
Here's the question: is it a New York Times bestseller?
I bet so.
It better be.
Gotta be.
Find out. I should have brought my good.
That's part of the price you pay.
Should have brought my good
seriously.
Knife. Yeah, I forgot I pre-ordered this. Now's not a good time to have $100 pre-order come through when you're saving for Celebration.
Not ideal, no.
But here it is. This is for the content, y'all. I'm very excited. I've not been reading a lot of comics lately because of Tyler and Freddie and Rick and I are doing our Legends Race to the Finish, which I'm proud to say I'm now tied with Tyler at having completed.
We both have 3 books complete, and I believe outside of Emily, I think we're leading this.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
look at
winning
that
together, Tyler.
Yes,
but I'm still gonna smoke you. All right, here we go. The Empire, Volume 1.
Oh, that cover's gorgeous.
Yep, smells like Legends.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, look at this full page shot of, I don't know, Vader with his.
Oh man, what a page to open to.
I know, it's fantastic.
Holy smokes.
This collects Republic 78 through 80, the entire Purge series, all of Dark Times, Darth Vader in the Ghost Prison, which I've heard a lot about. And have
That's
not yet
really
read.
good. I
That's
actually
a very
have
good
read
one.
it.
I have the
I feel like,
floppies of that one.
I feel like that's one of Andrew's like all-time favorite comics. I don't know. I
Yes.
don't know why that popped into my head.
I
for
think
some
Checks
reason.
out.
he commented in one of our episodes, and then I read it, and then I agreed with him that it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Very good.
That one
guys-
and the Ninth Assassin are some of the very first Star Wars comic books I ever purchased.
I don't see Ninth Assassin in here. We've got Darth Vader and the Lost Command. However, let me ask you this though: have you guys ever cracked the dust jacket off these? Have you ever taken and have you ever seen the actual printed on cover?
Never.
Some-
No.
Not usually. No. What's
These?
on this one?
Are spectacular. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh
Mm,
wow.
Why would you hide
Look
that?
At this
Yeah,
thing.
seriously.
Look.
Oh my
I would
God.
much
at
rather see that.
this.
That's
See if I
like
can
worth
do
the
it without
price
breaking
on
the
its
spine
own.
too
That's
bad.
gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh
Man.
Look at this thing.
Oh,
Woo!
listen,
Mm.
listeners, for people that aren't watching the actual episode, if you are a fan of Darth Vader, you're gonna want to get this omnibus. Let me tell you something.
There's a lot
Wow.
going on there.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Visually, not a lot. It's him standing there with a lightsaber, but it's a good image of him standing there with a lightsaber.
yes, it's very good. Very good. And
Thank
Jared,
you for letting me show it off.
oh, of course. I also have to point out, I just noticed your shirt is like a comic version of the Mandalorian. I love that so much.
Just for you guys, it fits me a little tight, so I'm not packing it for celebration. It's my only Star Wars shirt I'm not bringing to celebration.
Wow.
Mhm.
Worked out just well. Perfect for
Great.
this show.
Great. And I also see you're wearing your backpack there. Did you have something you wanted to show us?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So this tight shirt.
That
All right,
that
here
or
we go.
you're prepping for the convention, like getting geared up so your upper
He,
body
he,
can
he's
handle it.
getting he's getting ready for his back to be
Yes.
sore for the next week by
Y'all
already
should see all
doing
you should see all the things I've packed for my back. The drugs and creams and my back roller. Yeah, I have gotten into the pins.
Ah,
They said the pin
Nice.
trading is a big thing, so
Pin-
I put
yes.
some of my collectible pins on my backpack. I want to show off a few. Some of them are from the limited run sets. I've got
I
the
recognize
Jedi
those.
Knight pin on there.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
Nice.
and then got a red and green lightsaber thing. And this one I ordered off Etsy. Look at the Ebon Hawk.
Ebon Hawk.
that's nice.
That's
That's
nice.
really good.
Knights of the Old Republic. And I've got my Chimera Star
Um,
Destroyer. I'm hoping that we've got like some extras of these that somehow make their way to Celebration.
That would
feel
be
like they'd
cool.
be
I have mine
really
on my
good to
bag
trade.
too.
Yeah, I feel like they'd be great for trading. People are going to know what it is and like it. Corey infamously got them for us a few years ago as staff Christmas presents.
yes.
Nice. Well, your
Really
backpack
got our
is looking
hopes up.
very cool. I've got to take a picture of mine before I leave. I have actually the Utini backpack from
Oh,
our
nice.
site. Yeah, and it looks very nice with all my
Well,
pins.
is it
like-
store.utini.com?
I think it's utini.com/merch, actually. I mean, it's way too late to do it for Celebration. But,
I have all-
you know,
I
if you
have-
want it for something
I have
else.
some maybe I'll bring some of these pins as well. Like these are my Disney Star Wars pins
Okay.
that I have. I have
I
couple of
have a
others.
bunch of Disney Star Wars pins as well that I put on my backpack. They look nice
Some
on there. They blend in.
some Star Wars weekends and some Stitch as Yoda. Yeah, lots of fun little Disney
That's
pins
great.
there. Always
Disney
pin-
makes
pins
a
are
lot
always
of
nice
great
thing.
Star Wars pins. Like I have one. It's you know that like classic Haunted Mansion poster with the 3 hitchhiking ghosts? It's them, but the Force Ghosts, and it says Forest Moon of Endor. And I'm like, yes, that is a perfect pin because the Haunted Mansion is one of my favorite rides, so I had to put that on my backpack.
There you go.
Oh. Yeah, somebody said that you could collect pins, and I was like, "Oh, you can collect them? Let's do it."
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what we also like. Like I secretly have like a huge pin collection because I've been going to Disney Park since I was little. Tyler obviously has a huge pins collection because he lives right near Disney. So we all
Yeah.
secretly have been collecting pins. We just don't talk about it very much.
If I could control my ADHD and only collect one thing, I'd probably have a complete collection of something. The problem is I don't do
You
that.
like a little bit of
And
everything.
instead, I collect like 19 things. So it's a little bit of pins, a little bit of books, lots of Funkos. So it's just it's all over the place. So
We
yeah.
can all relate to that.
Ironically, my wife actually has like the pin collection. She has quite a few of those, and recently created a new backpack, and she started putting some of her Star Wars pins on that. That and squash pennies. Like next time, like if it's next year, if it's in in Florida will definitely be going, and I'm sure she'll be all over that.
Oh man, they now they integrated those penny press machines into the Disney app. Like that is how popular they
Really?
are. Yeah, yeah. And there's new ones that take credit cards now. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not how that goes, but it's wild.
You can't squash a credit card into a penny.
I know.
I'm
know.
no
It's like,
scientist, but
like,
that
don't
alchemy
take
doesn't
my
work.
credit card.
All right,
That's
let's
great.
go ahead and get into the main topic of the of tonight's show, and that is, of course, Star Wars Celebration. It is happening tomorrow. By the time you're seeing this, it starts tomorrow, May 26th, and runs through May 29th in this beautiful building that is the Anaheim Convention Center. Tonight we're gonna kind of give you a little bit of, as we said, as Caleb said at the top of the show, how you can watch it, what things to pay attention to, what sites and social media sites you can pay attention to, hint hint Utini and all of our handles, and sort of, if you are going, what you can get, what where you might want to go to, some panels that might be of interest to you. And then, of course, because we are a comic show, we wanted to highlight some of the comics shows, and kind of give our own sort of maybe hopes and dreams of what we think is going to happen at Celebration this year. So to get started, normally Celebration is huge. That building, whether it's that building, whether it's in McCormick Place in Chicago, whether it's the Orlando Convention Center, these are three of the top of the biggest convention centers in the nation. So they usually have multiple stages. This year's stage, the three big stages for this year, is the Celebration stage, which has all the main panels, and we'll get to what main panels means in a minute, the Twin Suns stage, and the Galaxy stage. So if you're going to be on site, those are the stages. They're going to have a lot of the big money sort of things. Your Attack of the Clones, your Bad Batch, they have other things. They have Mando. They also have other stages like the podcast stage, which we'll get to in it, which we'll also talk about what's going to be appearing there in a second. They have and they have a couple of other fan stages and things of that nature. But those are the stages that you are going to have the big ticket items. The biggest, of course, is the Celebration stage, and that is where they are going to have the major panels every morning, right? I know that the
correct,
lottery,
I believe, yes.
I was saying, I know the lotteries for these are every morning, and as I'm reading this in my notes, I wrote major panels every morning. I wasn't sure of the actual times for these, but each day there is one major panel of the day. And there are a couple of big ones on here. Jared, why don't you, if you want to go ahead and run through what these big ones are, and these will more than likely be, will be broadcast and on StarWars.com or the Star Wars YouTube channel. So just because you were not there does not mean you will not be able to see these. So if any of these topics interest you, head on over to StarWarsCelebration.com, check out what time they are, block your work calendar off so that you're in a meeting, and attend this meeting with all of your friends. But Jared, why don't you go ahead and tell them what the big highlight is for each day?
In previous years, I've watched from home from the
yes,
office.
I have too,
and have friggin' loved it.
Yes,
I mean, absolute highlight of the year as a Star Wars fan. So
I completely agree. You can still have a great experience at home, honestly.
Gonna need to watch the entire live stream when I get home anyway, because I'm gonna miss a lot more in person, I think, than I would if I was catching online.
That's also true. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So get the best of both worlds. The big panels are the Lucasfilm Studio Showcase on Thursday, the Light and Magic panel on Friday. As soon as I said that out loud, I realized I don't know what that is. Is it ILM?
That's ILM.
Yes. It's like they're announcing like a behind the scenes kind of, I don't know if it's a series or a special on Disney Plus. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the ILM stands for something. And then 3 on Saturday, the third big panel is the Mando panel. Mando Plus. Is that what it's called? That can't be right.
Yes, that is the official name of the panel.
That is what it's called.
I'm clearly going for the people so much more than I am for the content. And that is going to be a conversation with both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. That's the Saturday panel. And then Sunday is the Bad Batch Season 2 panel.
And there's another thing that I want to note about the Celebration stage. This is legit an arena with a stage in it. Like that is kind of the scale that we're looking at here.
Really?
Like when you're looking at like reaction videos from the Last Jedi panel, the Rise of Skywalker panel, you are seeing this absolutely ginormous room with all these people, and it's technically an arena like that holds
If you've ever
thousands of
seen
people.
an off-Broadway show, like that's the size we're talking about. We're talking 5,000 to 8,000 people in the room. It's huge. I mean, Anaheim's might be a little bit bigger. I haven't been to that convention, but these are huge rooms. So yes, Emma is absolutely right. Those live shots are something else. Emma, I do know that you are partially involved in these discussions. So I'm going to turn this over to you. Utini will be doing as much live tweeting as we can to provide this information. So I'm going to let you kind of tell our audience what handles, what channels, where can we go if we want Utini to give us the news this week.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I've been kind of behind the scenes coordinating our entire content effort here. So we're going to be doing the best that we can to get everybody all the information as it's happening. Most of our live tweeting will be occurring on our main Twitter feed, just at Utini. If there's any comics related stuff, whether that's from panels or if it's from, cool things that we see on the show floor or whatever, that is going to be coming from our show's Twitter handle at Cosmic Force Show. And then if there's any Legends related content, anything cool that Jared or Freddie sees, any stuff like that, maybe a group picture, all the hosts getting to meet, minus Rick, of course.
At the very least, we'll do
miss
that.
you, Rick. Yes, at the very least. You'll get some content from Legends Lookbacks channel at Legends Lookback, and of course the Living Force also will be tweeting a few things. I'm sure there will be the hosts reuniting minus Charles. It's funny, each show has just one host that can't make it. Unfortunately, that's depressing.
What you're trying to say is Rick, Charles, and I need to make our own little podcast.
Yes,
Exactly,
there
exactly.
you go.
It's called
That's
the Sad
right.
Batch.
The Sad Batch.
Oh, ow.
Oh God,
That's
Caleb's
a
taking
burn.
a drink too.
Oh,
Damn.
that is almost
Oh.
a spit take. That was real close. That's real close.
Wow. So yeah, you can find the Living Force's tweets at the Living Force. But like I said, most of the tweeting will be going on at Utini. We will have somebody in each of the main panels doing the tweeting, depending on lotteries and stuff. And yeah, it'll be really good. And obviously, we're gonna be taking some footage as well. And by some, I mean a lot of footage. I'm gonna be putting together a big vlog, which will definitely take some time because those types of things, it's gonna take a while to sift through all the footage. But I'm definitely gonna take some time to make a nice, recap so that we can all remember this time by. So definitely keep your eye out for that.
I've charged both of my backup batteries, guys.
Oh yeah,
Both
love
of them.
love to hear that. Love to hear it. I have 4 external chargers for both my phone and my DJI Pocket camera. So good.
Don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's great.
It's cool. It's got like a little gimbal on it for all my camera nerds. It's got a gimbal so it always stays steady, even if your hands shaky like mine.
That sounds like a Legends character.
Gimbal?
Yeah.
I love
So-
that. It should be.
Over the course of the 4 days, there's going to be, I did not do a count, but roughly 200 different panels throughout
Sounds about right.
throughout the week. So there were,
Jared's like, oh God.
we pulled, yes, what we are announcing this live right now. What Jared doesn't realize is he is responsible for reporting back on 196 of those 200 panels, except for the panels that we've already mentioned. Jared is responsible for covering every single one of those other panels. So
Meaning
Challenge
he's
Jared,
got to
yourself.
split himself into 4 different Jareds to make it
Ooh,
to all of them. So
figure
good
it
luck
out.
but
with that.
anyways, there are a
14.
couple of other notable panels that we have pulled out, and Kayla, if you want to go ahead and read some of these off, that would also be
Yes.
of interest to some people.
Absolutely. So this one was, I think, kind of a dark horse that I think it was like that we were going through and like no one really noticed.
It was
or
kind of a
noticed anything.
soft
Yeah,
watch.
the Tales of the Jedi panel, which will be Saturday, 2:30 to 3:30. Again, no idea what this is. Tales of the Jedi, as Jared definitely knows, was a old Dark Horse comic series. So who
I'll
knows
tell you this
what?
much. I'll be at that panel. Nothing
Yeah.
will stop me.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So that's really exciting. Who knows what will happen?
I actually
Um,
believe that the description of the panel says that it's going to be some sort of an animated anthology series on Disney Plus. I believe that's all we know about it.
So
Yes.
maybe it's
Something-
gonna be something similar to Visions that we saw, maybe with more Western studios, or maybe
That's
with one
what a
specific
lot of the
studio.
speculation was about. Yes.
I'd be okay with that. I like short form series. Next up, we also, because it is the 20th anniversary of Star Wars Attack of the Clones, so there's going to be an anniversary celebration Friday from 2 to 3 o'clock. So that'll be fun to get a flashback to that one that came out 20 years ago. I still remember seeing that in theaters. Oh wow, yeah.
I would highly recommend, if you have the time to see that, to watch that on YouTube or something. I would tune in for that, because
Yeah.
when they did the Phantom Menace 20th anniversary celebration in Chicago, that was the return of Ahmed Best.
Oh.
that
right.
was the first time that he returned to the Star Wars universe, and that was a very extremely special moment.
And
You gotta
George Lucas
imagine
had
that-
sent in a video message too, right?
Yes.
You got to
Yes.
imagine that Ewan McGregor's going to come out for that. I mean, to be in the same room with Ewan McGregor.
I would
Right.
imagine, yeah, because he's going to be there for like photo ops and autographs. There's no way he's not going to go to the 20th anniversary.
I know.
panel,
Like
right?
I'm just trying to think of who from that movie that we would like to see a redemption for. So I was thinking
Natalie
Derek
Portman, definitely for me. That's my vote.
Ooh,
Like,
there's
okay,
no
if Natalie
way.
Portman shows up and I'm in the same room, I will.
And her guns,
Just
you know
warning
what I'm
it.
saying?
And her guns, yes. The only thing I'm worried about is that she's probably starting to promote Thor.
Now now hypothetically, does she bring Mjolnir then? If
That would be awesome.
she's come,
That's the crossover I
right?
would like. Yes.
I
I
would
mean,
love
level of
that.
importance. Thor, Attack of the Clones. Thor, Attack of the
Wait,
Clones.
or what if she is walks out on stage wearing one of her Attack of the Clones outfits, holding.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
We just broke the universe, guys.
I think
We
we're
did.
getting a little too deep into theory craftings here. But if you do miss all of that, make sure, if there's one thing you miss, it's the closing ceremonies, which will be at
So-
Sunday 3:30 to 4:30. Why is this one so important? Why do you think
I
this is so
put this on
notable?
here because normally this is when they announce what is happening next.
Oh, that's right.
Normally in the last few, the Star Wars celebration is not every single year, but they normally have some sort of date range or location, or so if you might not necessarily want to see the entire closing ceremonies, because that's probably just going to be highlights of the entire event, but you might want to be able to catch the end of this one, because it'll give you an idea of when it usually has an idea of when the next event's going to be.
Okay, yeah, then I absolutely will be actually watching that to make sure it's in Florida or somewhere else.
Right.
East
I hope
Coast.
it's in Florida too, because then I can convince my whole family to go, because
Like
they
your
all love
sister.
Disney World, and I can convince everyone to get up and go. I'll have a great chance to go to another. So fingers crossed for Florida, hoping.
Absolutely.
And it's
I
a way
will-
less long flight for me, because listeners, I have a horrible fear of flying, so this is about to be really tough for me. So Florida would be better.
Absolutely. Now those are the big main ones, but there is the podcast stage that we had talked about, and we got several several other podcasts that we want to make sure we shout out. This is starting with Pink Milk, that they'll have their own panel at on the podcast stage. Is it what is the podcast stage? Are they doing panels? Are they actually recording a podcast like live in front of an audience?
It's basically a place to do a live recording of a
Right.
podcast. It's like I've seen pictures of it from previous celebrations, and it's like a long table with microphones, and there's chairs for an audience in front. So it's not necessarily like a typical stage, but it has the ability for podcasters to record a live episode.
That's exciting. So as I mentioned, Pink Milk will be there, along with Coffee with Kenobi, Talking Bay 94, Sky Talkers, Friends of the Force, as well as Star Wars Explained. So I'm excited. I think we're maybe I'll definitely be checking in on some of those just to feel the energy and see like these other great content creators who are with us in this space taking advantage of that. And really just I couldn't imagine like the amount of energy that you could like feed off of having a live show, just having people in the chat. Not right now, unfortunately, unless you are chatting on the live stream, which thank you for being here. Yes, I couldn't imagine having like 20, 30 people, even 100 people in front of you. That must be crazy. Oh, and there's one other panel. We will have our own Utini panel on that stage ourselves. So
That's
we will have details later in this same episode. So
One of the
touch on
four of
that
us. will be on that stage for that UTN panel.
And she's not nervous at all.
Exactly.
Freddie
Now-
tried to offer me his spot a few weeks ago.
You
And
did?
I said, yeah, I was like, oh man, I'm good. I'm actually excited to just show up and be chill. Cause
I know.
like my job is public speaking and I've got the week off. I've got the
Right,
week
yeah,
off,
I can
and
see
Yeah,
that. That's
like,
true.
you-
That's
you-
true.
He's asked for some tips.
Yeah, you
Um,
girls got to write some note cards.
Oh, are your tips to exegete and read several different translations?
Yeah, bring all your different translations of the sacred Jedi texts. That's right.
Love it.
I think I said open up, slow down, take a breath, be yourself.
Oh, 3-point service. Make sure to alliterate. Or is that just Baptists?
I do a lot of that, honestly. Yeah, this morning my points in Bible class all started with W. What were they? I've
Very
already
nice.
forgotten.
I love that.
So were
That's
there-
funny.
So, like I said, there was over 200 panels. Were there any? Are there any additional panels that that any of you guys, if you had a chance to go look through the entire panel list of panels, were there any that caught your eye? I saw 2 or 3 that were Disney theme park / tourist related.
Mm.
As somebody who lives here in Tampa, and about an hour and a half away from Orlando and Disney World, those are exciting to me. Any sort of collecting panels, we'll get, and obviously I'm excluding the comics and the books because we'll talk about that in just a minute. But yeah, any sort of collecting, or the Disney parks panels, those are always a good time. Emma, what about you? Did you see anything in there that piqued your interest?
Yeah, one definitely caught my eye, both because I'm a Rey fan, but also the people that are going to be on this panel. The panel's called How Rey Defined a New Star Wars Generation, and this is like an absolutely all-star cast of panelists here. Laura Kelly from Force Toast, Molly Damon from Star Wars Explained, Arzu Amin from Space Waffles, Lacey Gillerin, and Maggie Lovett as well. So just an awesome cast of people talking about Rey, who happens to be my favorite character. So this panel is like right up my alley. So definitely going to be wanting to catch that.
I'm sorry, did you say right up your alley?
Yes.
Wah, wah. I have a couple that are interesting to me. I've loved David W. Collins, obviously for Legends fans,
Yes,
the voice of Proxy in The Force Unleashed.
Oh,
that's right. And he did the music for Republic Commando, right?
For a ton of LucasArts games
Yeah.
of the late Legends era, a ton of them. Yeah, Republic Commando being one, Jedi Starfighter, trying to remember what else. I mean, he's been super involved in anything sound design with Star Wars. He's a, like a little voice actor in basically every single Disney era movie. You'll do a Stormtrooper or something like that, is in, all the animated shows. I would love to be in the same room with him while he talks about Star Wars music. It's one of his claims to fame. That would be a lot of fun. I'm not 100% decided if I'll get to go to that. That's the Attack of the Chords, the music of episode 2 with David W. Collins, Thursday at 1:00 on the Galaxy stage. I'm also interested in anything about like modeling, designing, building your own stuff. So building your own droid. There's a lot of this kind of there's a whole track for like droid builders at the convention. So
I did
that
notice
kind of thing would be fun. I'm really big into obviously building my own Star Wars room. So
You should do a panel on that. How do you build your own Star Wars room?
yeah, build your own Star Wars droid is 11:00 on the university stage, which I don't know what that is. We'll have to find out.
Yeah,
I
not
actually,
sure what that.
as I was putting together like our Utini schedules and stuff, I noticed at the university stage, like the common theme is a lot of DIY stuff. So that seems
Okay.
like a
Nice,
place you're going to be
nice.
spending a lot of time, Jared.
Yeah,
Droid,
Freddie and I are
I'm
both
sure there'll
into
be some
that.
droid builders panels there because droid builders are always have a big presence at Celebration.
I think
So
there's also some like,
sounds like the place to
how to
be.
make your own like cosplay type of stuff as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm really into that. I've actually got my Wilbur Hood costume drying out in the garage right now.
Oh
Oh,
my
good.
God, I
Try
didn't
it
know you
on.
did that.
I'm gonna try it on as soon as we're done with the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Are you going to be the fastest hood, or are you just going to try middle of the pack unit?
Well, I'm gonna have the rattiest costume for sure, so definitely middle of the pack. Try to blend in.
Hide it.
All right, Caleb, what about you? Anything that you saw that might
No, I haven't looked at this thing and gotten depressed. Listen, while it's going through, I'll be looking at some stuff and popping in some sort of things, but I haven't looked too much. As I said, I do like the idea of looking at a lot more costume and creation sort of things. Those are always fun. Maybe some game panels, see if they have anything important or
They do have a board games of Star Wars or
yeah,
something along those.
because
They
they
do
are
have a
doing
board game
a
panel.
expansion for the Outer Rim soon.
Yes.
Or is that out? So I'm excited. I haven't played honestly Outer Rim or the expansion yet, but I do need to hit up my friend so I can play, because I've played Rebellion with him a couple times, but he's gotten the expansion and I think almost 6 months ago, and we keep looking at it like, yes, we will play it. Yeah, we'll play it. Definitely play that expansion to Star Wars Rebellion soon, one of these decades.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
board gaming, that'll be fun.
Yeah, they might talk about that. One other thing that I hadn't mentioned, this isn't a panel. Does it count? Can I talk about it?
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
Why not? We're making it up
Friday-
as it goes along.
Friday at 3 p.m., there is a High Republic cosplay event, like a showdown fashion show.
I think it's called
don't
like a meetup, right?
Yes.
Okay. So they're doing a photo op. I think there's a contest too, because they're giving away
Oh,
one
that's
of
right. That's right.
the box sets of the leather bound
Yeah,
signed.
That's right.
Ooh, I went so
I know.
bad.
I know. As you're talking about it, I'm like, Emma, don't get it. Emma, don't get it. Emma, that's too much money. Stop it. Stop it. Stop.
And so they're going to give away one of these sets. All 5 High Republic authors are going to be there. Justina Ireland, Daniel Jose Older, Kevin Scott, the other ones, Claudia Gray and Charles Soule. They're all going to be at this. Michael Seglain. They're going to vote on their favorite costumes. And I've seen a sneak peek of a couple of Avar Chris costumes that look immaculate, as well
I've seen some
ready
on
for
Twitter.
this?
Oh my god, they're good. Yes.
There's going to be a skier cosplayer.
What?
Somebody has done
I
it.
cannot
y'all.
wait to.
That's insane.
I love seeing the cosplays that some of these people are. The time and effort into it is so impressive. It is awesome. I cannot wait to see a skier
It's
cosplayer.
amazing.
I know. We got to get a picture.
I
If they always ask cosplayers for consent for
right.
the picture, but
Absolutely.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
can't
Please.
imagine what all the authors' reactions are going to be seeing their characters come to life like in cosplay. That must be like
Oh,
an
man.
amazing feeling.
I was lucky enough to meet Timothy Zahn in Chicago, and 2 be behind somebody in line who was dressed in a Asthron full white
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
uniform, blue skin, and he talked. Timothy Zahn talked with him for probably a good 10-15 minutes.
That's
And
great.
if I was farther back in the line, I'd probably been like, what the heck is going on? But being right behind him, I'm like, yeah, no, like I'm loving this. Like, because he was so excited. He was
Yeah.
so excited,
Aw.
and they were genuinely
I was about to say,
having
who's
a
he?
conversation.
Oh,
Both
which
of-
one?
both Timothy Zahn and I honestly, I believe Timothy Zahn was more excited.
Aw, I
Yeah.
love that.
Because it was such a cool moment, and that is what I love so much about the creators of Star Wars, is they know how much this means to a lot of us, and they are genuinely in awe of how we bring their characters to life. And when they see it, it was such a magical moment for me. I wasn't even involved in it, just other than the fact that I was just the next guy in line. Just to see that sort of relationship was awesome. So
God, I
I
just got
wanna-
chills, man. Oh,
I want to be like, at a wedding, you look at the groom's face, the bride walks down the aisle in a
Yeah.
a monogamous heterosexual marriage. And wow, I would love to see the look on the faces of the High Republic authors when they see these costumes.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do. That's right. There you go. And
love
right
that.
after that, all 5 High Republic authors are going to be signing at the Mystery Galaxy booth.
yes.
So there's some
Mm.
rules about what they'll sign and how much you got to pay for things, and we're still hashing out all those details. But I've custom printed a couple of posters, and would like to get all 5 of their signatures on my poster. So we'll
I have
see.
done something similar.
We'll
I
see.
bought a Jake Bartok print of
Nice.
all of like pretty much every Jedi from phase 1 that you could think of, pretty much. It is gorgeous, and I want all 5 of their signatures on that print. So I hope we can make it happen. Jared, you and
We'll
I,
go
we're gonna have to
together. Yeah,
go
totally.
hand in hand with our custom stuff.
I'll be there. You, me, and Skier all the way.
Oh yeah, love it. One other thing I wanted to mention, there's gonna be a bunch of other authors there, but one that I'm super excited to get a signature from is Delilah S. Dawson. Phasma was legitimately like the first book I read that I could not put down, and so to get a signature in it will be very awesome. So I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in addition to all of these amazing panels that we talked about, we haven't even talked about the comics and publishing panels.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
I specifically pulled these panels out, for us to talk about, because obviously we are a comic show, and Utini as a brand focuses on the publishing and the expanded universe. So there are a handful of comics and book specific panels that I also wanted to go over, starting with, of course, the Marvel Star Wars comics panel, which is Saturday at our from 4:30 to 5:30 on the Twin Sun stage. And the synopsis for this is: join Marvel editor-in-chief CB Cebulski and some of Marvel's top talent for a comics conversation unlike any other, including all new announcements and reveals from a galaxy far, far away. So
Ooh.
if you were listening to this show, you are clearly a comics fan. I don't know how you could be any more excited for comics, what the future of Star Wars comics, than after hearing that synopsis right there.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I made sure when I was making the schedule, Tyler and I are going to go to this, and we're going to be covering it on our socials, and I'll definitely be, getting some vlog footage there too.
Saturday between 4:30 and 5:30 Pacific time is when you probably want to be paying attention to the Cosmic Force Twitter handle, because we will be doing our best to be putting that information out into the Twitterverse as quickly as we can. This next one was the only other one that I saw that was comics related, and I don't, based on the fact that it's on the collector stage, I don't know really what this is about, but I saw Star Wars comics in the name, so that's why I put it on here. But it's called Heroes, Huts, and Hoojibs, Star Wars comics and Marvel. Yes, a great name.
I did see Caleb highlight the name Hoojibs in the show notes a second ago.
So I could copy and paste. I was like, wait, let me just make sure. Okay, yes, it is the little telepathic bunnies from the 77 run.
It is happening Sunday, May 29th from 11:30 to 12:15 on the collector stage. And the synopsis for this one is discussing the history of Star Wars comic collecting from single issues, collected editions, and original art from the 70s to now. So I feel like that is probably going to be maybe a step up from maybe a fan page or things like that. But as a comics fan, that is definitely something that piqued my interest. So that's going to be interesting as well.
Yeah.
Emma, why don't you go ahead and take over describing what the next panel is that we have listed here.
Yeah, absolutely. This one's going to be pretty big. It's called Lucasfilm Publishing, Stories from a Galaxy Far, Far Away. This is on Thursday from 1 to 2 on the Twin Sun stage, and this is the synopsis. From adult novels to kids' comics, from the time of the High Republic to the rise of the First Order, this is the place to dive deeper into the stories from a galaxy far, far away. Featuring details on new and upcoming titles from Disney Lucasfilm Press, Del Rey, Dark Horse, and more, including all new announcements and reveals from a galaxy far, far away, moderated by Lucasfilm's Michael Siglain. So that's probably the panel you want to go to if you're looking for, books, and it sounds like maybe even comics news, because they mentioned Dark Horse in there. So that was interesting.
Yeah, that was like the entire gamut of publishing. So
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how much comics gets featured. It'll be much, I'm sure it'll be much smaller compared to to everything else, but just the fact that it's being mentioned in there is really awesome.
Yeah, and honestly, go ahead, Jared.
Well, I was gonna say, for us at Utini, these 5 panels we're talking about right now are like the top of our list of what we're there for.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I was gonna say, this is a hell of a way to start out Celebration. It's like Thursday in the early afternoon, kick it off with some
sure enough,
some book news. Yeah, and speaking of Thursday, another fantastic panel that literally all of us were waiting for, the High Republic for Light and Life. This is on the Galaxy stage, y'all. Thursday from 3 to 4. And this is the synopsis. Centuries before the Skywalker saga, there was the High Republic. Join moderator and the High Republic show host Christina Ariel, along with luminous authors Claudia Gray, Justina Ireland, Daniel Jose Older, Kevin Scott, and Charles Soule, along with Lucasfilm's James Waugh and Michael Siglain, for an in-depth conversation about the Golden Age of the Jedi, including all new announcements and reveals from Phase 2 Quest of the Jedi.
Yeah,
So
Jared, did you not know about this one?
Like I said, I've just been so much more focused on the people. Like, I just want to see you guys. So I want to be chill and I mean, I've got so many notes that I've written down of where I want to be at what times. But what caught my attention there is it's hosted by Christina Ariel. I mean,
Yes.
that's really cool. I'm
That
thinking
surprised
now,
me
like,
as well.
what if I get her signature on my poster? That'd be
I know,
cool.
I know, that would be cool. It's like, okay, this is like the holy, like High Republic group, right? Is the 5 authors, Christina Ariel and Michael Siglain. That is like the group.
Yeah, it's exciting.
All right, we've got 2 more. Caleb, what
Yeah.
about we got a Lucasfilm
Yes.
Publishing panel as well.
Lucasfilm Publishing, behind the page. That'll be thankfully not on Thursday, but on Friday from 12:30 to 1:30. That's my lunch break, so I'll catch it then. It's on the Twin Sun stage, exploring the world of nonfiction, novelty, and behind-the-scenes books for fans of every age, featuring details on new, exciting, upcoming titles from Abrams, DK, Insight editions, and more, including an all-new announcements and reveals from a galaxy far, far away. It is a little weird that they had to say that this is nonfiction, which is, I guess if they did like the making of that is technically
Art
nonfiction.
of making of, yeah,
And
that's what I
probably
hear.
Maybe some reference books too, if they mention DK.
Yes. Yeah,
which
definitely
I love
reference
those,
books.
so I am here for this.
So I've got some more information about this because I really love those art of books, like the Art of the Rise of
So good.
Skywalker,
Oh,
art
so
of
good.
the author that does those just puts a ton of care and time and effort into them. He's got a great social media profile. Phil Shoestack. He is a part of this particular panel. He is there along with Ashley Eckstein, Jason Fry, Kristen Baver, Cole Horton, Amy, what's her name? Look at Amy Geek is her.
Amy Rickow?
Yes, she's there. And Amy Ratcliffe. I mean, this is
Amy
going to be
Ratcliffe,
stacked.
Amy
This is
Ratcliffe,
not
yeah.
one to miss. It really isn't.
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh my goodness. Wait, why is Ashley Eckstein there?
Right, that's
exciting.
exactly. I was like,
This is
okay.
exciting.
That's
this
really
is
cool.
a-
I'm
hold
going to be
on,
there.
It's
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
behind the scenes nonfiction, and Ashley Eckstein is.
Hang on.
I
Everybody,
am
wait
putting
a second.
the pieces together here.
Actually, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for our last segment. I had a thought.
We do
and I'm gonna
have-
save it.
yes.
I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it.
Okay. And Jared, why don't you go ahead and read the last section that we have pulled out here for a book panel.
Yeah, and this is cool. Unfortunately, our Utini party is going to bump up against this. So somebody's got to like stay behind and man the show to cover this. So we'll see what we can do. We got to support our good buddy Tom Holler, who is moderating this, friend of the show. This is Saturday from 6 to 7 p.m. on the Twin Sun stage. Del Rey behind the scenes. I mean, just saying it kind of is like getting me antsy.
Yeah.
Join Star Wars authors and book editors for an in-depth conversation about 3 of the most anticipated Star Wars stories coming in 22: Brotherhood, Shadow of the Sith, and The Princess and the Scoundrel. From the prequels to the original trilogy to the sequel era, there are Star Wars books from Lucasfilm and Del Rey for everyone. This panel is not one to be missed. Moderated, once again, as we said, by Del Rey senior editor Tom Holler. We gotta at least cover this in some form or fashion.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. This is gonna be really hard decision for me because, like, I don't know what's happening with the party, but at the same time, I really want to support my buddy Tom. We play Halo together every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
And also
No big deal.
when you were reading that, yeah, just casually just drop that. When you were reading that and you mentioned The Princess and the Scoundrel, that got my brain thinking there, like, is Beth Rivas gonna make an appearance? Like, if she does, I will absolutely freak out. I love her so much.
It's possible.
Maybe I should bring my Rebel Rising book just in case. I love that.
So yeah,
book. So underrated.
So those are the major comics and novel publishing, whatever you want to call it, panels that we were able to highlight. So lots of, if you are a member of the Utini community, you are going to want to, whether you're in Anaheim or whether you're at home, you're going to want to keep an eye on these panels and really make sure that you're paying attention, because it's going to be the most exciting thing that we as a Utini community are going to be able to celebrate outside of this next segment that we're talking about, which is, of course, Utini's presence at Star Wars Celebration. Yes, we are going to have a very good presence at the Star Wars Celebration, starting with our booth Our booth is going to be located at stall 2686. Various staff and personalities will be present there all week, where we're going to have some giveaways. So come down, say hi. All of us will be there at some point throughout the weekend. So it's going to be a good time. And then more importantly, I'm going to turn it over to Emma, and she is going to kind of give us the lowdown on our panel and then the party that we were talking about. So Emma, the floor is yours.
Yeah, absolutely. So our panel is called Exploring the Universe, the books and comics of Star Wars. And this is on Saturday from 10:30 to 11:30 on the fan stage. And all three of our live shows are going to be represented. Corey and Eric from the Living Force, myself from the Cosmic Force, and Freddie from Legends Look Back. The four of us will be hosting this panel. And here is our synopsis for the panel, and it can be found on the website and I think the app as well. So it says, join us for an exciting discussion about the past, present, and future of Star Wars books and comics. Look back at the importance of legends and celebrate the excitement of continuity in canon. Have a look at the Star Wars timeline and the overarching eras ripe for exploration. If you're a new reader, enjoy a discussion about some of the best content to pick up first and where to go once you get on your feet. If you're a veteran, revisit your favorites and approach some of the lesser-known gems hidden in a vast galaxy of media. It's a huge universe out there. Let's explore it together. So that is our panel. We're very excited about that. We're going to have a lot of coverage on that. We're going to... there will not be a live stream because word has it that the Wi-Fi is not good enough for a stable stream. But we will.
Wait,
be...
so an event with 60,000 people all crammed into one room can't support a video live stream out? No, that never happens.
It can't be true. How could it? No. However, we will be doing our best to record it, and as long as that turns out okay and can be heard and all of that, we will be putting it up on our YouTube. So definitely stay tuned to our social media for that, because we definitely want people that aren't at Celebration to be able to either watch it or listen to it. So definitely keep your eye out on that. And then our last thing here, yes, thank you. I'm so nervous for it, but we've done some practice sessions. We did like 2 practice sessions, so it should be good. And Corey made just the coolest presentation because we have access to a projector. And he made a very, very awesome presentation that I can't wait for everybody to see.
Slideshow.
A slideshow, yep. But it's got some...
It's called a deck these days, Caleb.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people calling it decks. I'm like, what? I was like, what is a deck? Like, that was like the first moment that I felt old, I think. It's like, what is a deck?
We got her. Join us.
You got me. But he put in some like animations from our site and stuff. Like, I can't wait for you guys to see it.
There's no way that Corey has only given this a half effort. I mean, he's going to go all out. I can't wait to see what y'all have cooked up.
That's true. All right. And then, our last thing here is our party. It's called Celebration, which is very clever. I have the little flyer up on the screen here. And this is at the Steelcraft Garden Grove. And the address is up there. It's not too far from Celebration. It's like 10-minute Uber, I think. And the description is a celebration of the Star Wars fan community featuring live entertainment, beer, food, and more. And it's free entry to everybody. And this place is, I would describe it as an open air space. And there's like food trucks, and I believe one of the trucks has like beer from a local brewery. So yeah, definitely check that out. That's going to be on the Saturday, May 28th from 6 to 9 p.m. And by the way, you can RSVP for that by going to tini.com/celebration. That's celebration, but with brew, like as in beer brewing. So definitely check that out.
Yeah.
So yes, it's going to be a very fun time. Utini's going to have have an awesome time. We are going to do the best that we can to make sure that that if you're home like Caleb, that you get to share in as much of the fun as possible. and we get to share all of those news, all of those the timely news events with you as well. But before we get out of here, I did want to do one little fun thing that even Caleb, who's not going, can participate in, and that is we don't like to do a lot of these things because it can kind of get off the rails real fast. But I'd like to go around the room and do one prediction and one wish list thing from each of us. And there's a very simple rule here. The prediction is something that could realistically happen. Like, for example, my prediction is that the comics, we are going to know when the current run of Star Wars mainline is going to end, and when the new run, which will be focused on or after Return of the Jedi, is going to start. That is my prediction.
That's a good one.
It is a likely thing that's going to happen. There's been some speculation about that, eventually moving into a post Return of the Jedi timeframe. So that is my prediction, a very likely thing. Whereas your wish list, you can be as crazy as you want it to be. My wish list is we get a sizzle reel of whatever is going on with scenes from I guess Patty Jenkins' movie isn't next, but Taika Waititi's movie, according to the Vanity Fair article, is next in line. But we get a really cool sizzle reel with some new characters from anything that's happened on Disney Plus, from something that happens in the movie. That's my wish list item. So my prediction is our comics. We get an announcement of when the next wave of Star Wars mainline comics is going to be, and my wish list item is we get a sizzle reel from whatever is happening from Lucasfilm Production. So those are mine. Emma, since you kind of said that you had you came up with something earlier, I'm going to go to you first here so that you don't forget whatever it was that was your comment earlier.
Great, thank you. Yeah, the thing that I was about to say, but then realized it would work here for my prediction, is that what was that? Now I can't even remember what panel it was. Hang on. It was the behind the page. Yeah, Lucasfilm Behind the Page, the one that happened to have Ashley Eckstein. That one felt a little strange to me, but here's my prediction, is that since it mentioned a lot of nonfiction stuff, I predict that Ashley is going to have a sort of memoir about her time on the Clone Wars coming out, which I would absolutely love. Like,
you just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah,
and they're giving away early review copies at Celebration, signed by Ashley Eckstein. There we go.
Oh my God, that is awesome! Yes,
cool.
That is cool. That is cool. So I hope that happens. And honestly, I could see that happening. She's written a book before. I don't think it was about Star Wars. I think it had something to do with like self-confidence, like for kids. So she's written a book before. I could definitely see it happening.
Not important.
I love it. So yeah, and so that's my prediction. My wish list. I've talked about this a lot, like in our Slack channels and stuff, and everybody's like, it's not happening. And deep down, I believe it's not happening, but this is why it's a wish list.
Exactly.
And
that's
exactly. I desperately want Daisy Ridley to go and do like photo ops or autographs or something. I just wanted to meet her, like, so badly.
Huge surprise. Yeah.
That would be shocking to me. Like, it would be shocking for a couple of reasons. Number one, she's not. I don't think that the Star Wars community has treated her very well. I think we can say that for sure. So I would be surprised. It's kind of like an Ahmed Best situation. Like, it took him many years to come back to the fandom. Yeah, exactly. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened with Daisy. The second reason I would be surprised is I'm pretty sure that everything, all of the photo ops and autographs have been announced. Like, I would be shocked if they announced any more. So that's a second reason why I'd be shocked. But as I've mentioned before a lot on this show, Rey is my absolute favorite character, and Daisy Ridley just seems like a super fun, cool, chill person, and definitely someone that I have to meet sometime in my life.
Dream on, Emma.
Very
root for me.
Hey, the additional rule of this section: we're not bashing anybody's wish list item here. Okay,
I'm legitimately.
I believe you.
To dream.
I believe you. Yes.
I love listening to
okay.
people dream. It's a beautiful thing. That's
yes.
Right.
You know what? And even if it doesn't happen this celebration, I want it to happen at some celebration that I go to, because, Carrie Fisher, or Leia, she's in my top 3 favorite characters. I never got to meet her, so I don't want this situation to happen with Daisy. So I'm very
100%.
lucky that my second favorite Star Wars character in Ahsoka, I'm very lucky that Ashley Eckstein is very active in the community. So that is one good thing with that, but I just don't want the Carrie situation to happen with Daisy. So Yeah, that is my
All right.
wish.
All right, Caleb, I'm coming to you. What's your
right.
prediction and what's your wish list?
All right, you already kind of teased it on your wish list, but I think my prediction is we'll at least get a title drop for the Taika Waititi project.
Okay.
That'd be
All right.
nice.
They did it with Rogue Squadron a
Yeah.
few years ago, and even though it looks like it's getting pushed back, I think realistically we're going to see like some rough release date schedules and name drops. So they'll say something like Taika Waititi's project, the Jizz Whalers, coming December 2023.
Please.
I mean, it would be perfect. I would watch it like 4 times in theaters back to back.
It wouldn't
I
even be
think-
shocking to anybody that would be Taika's movie either.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
With Figuring Dan and the Modal Notes, the backup, the untold story.
Yeah.
So that's my prediction. I think just to hop off that, I think we'll also get a Jedi Fallen Order 2, again, a title and a rough
Yes.
announcement tape.
That would
Again,
be awesome.
maybe not like a
There
full trailer,
have
but they
already
will say
been-
something like they'll give us a rough quarter three 2023. They'll give us
There
a
have been
time frame.
already been strong rumors is an understatement as to what there will be a presence for
Yeah,
whatever
there'll
the
be-
next game is. So,
And I
yeah,
think
that's
a rough idea of when that will come out, as long with the
Nice.
TV project. My absolute wild wish here is that the unnamed Star Wars strategy game, which is being led by some of the people who did the XCOM and Civilization, that will actually see something with that. I want to see
Okay.
gameplay. I want to see release dates. I want to get real. I'm real excited about that. It's absolutely not going to happen because the company itself is less than a year old. There's no way
Oh wow.
anything ready to go. But I am super excited. That's the one thing I want to see come out of nowhere and just blow me away. That is my my pie in the sky absolute wish
Okay.
list. Is the
I like it.
I pull it up on an article here just to make sure. It's the untitled Star Wars strategy game from Bit Reactor.
Okay. All right, Jared, let's close the segment with a bang here.
Sure. Video games, I'll tag onto that. And you don't even have to be at Celebration to make these kind of announcements. A video
No.
game company could just drop a trailer
Yeah.
while we're all at Celebration. I mean, why not? Why not? Here's the one I want. Knights of the Old Republic.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We know that something's coming.
I keep forgetting about that.
Don't. It's
Don't.
exciting. I don't need a full trailer. I just want some more footage,
Yeah.
I want Jolie
Because we got
down
what?
on the floor of Kashyyyk, being grumpy, you gotta slay those Tyrannotex. So back when I was in the war, blah 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 blah.
We got what, 10 seconds, 12 seconds of a Revan mask
Of
reveal, right?
Of,
That's
of, of a pre
Yeah.
of a pre-gen trailer. It's not
Yeah.
even
Sure.
gameplay.
Yeah.
But I think less of any kind of footage regarding that. I think strong prediction, calling it right here, it's going to happen. There's going to be a Knights of the Old Republic related comics miniseries.
That would be
dropping
awesome.
that-
Oh,
at that Marvel panel.
okay.
Oh, what if it's from Dark Horse?
I was about to say
Why
Dark Horse
not?
has it back.
Why
Yeah.
not? Well, I mean, they're doing the
The kids
young
stuff.
readers.
Yeah.
What? Well, hold on. Did JJM, did John Jackson Miller hint something off camera to you
No,
guys?
no. This is my prediction. It's one of those things I saw a rumor of on Twitter, and then I've latched onto it with every fiber of my being.
Mm.
And then secondly, that's my prediction. My wish list is I want that Tales of the Jedi to tie in some form or fashion to the actual 90s
That'd be cool.
Dark Horse Comics Tales of the Jedi. I want to see, this is my wish. I want, the final shot of the sizzle reel of what's coming in Tales of the Jedi. Exar Kun with his long braided ponytail,
Oh yeah.
knighting his double-bladed blue lightsaber.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna have a reaction shot going, and me and Freddie and Emily right there when that happens. And whew, it's
That's
steamy in here.
awesome. That's awesome.
Well, if we just get one of our wish list items
That's right.
to happen, that will be an awesome. If all 4 of them come true, I mean, that's the year of dreams, right?
Well, I'll
there.
go
So,
play the lottery if that happens.
Yes. So, all right. That's like I said. That's pretty much going to do it for this episode. Celebration is fun. Please don't think that just because you're not in Anaheim that you cannot live out part of this, this excitement. Join our Discord. If there's nothing else that you do, come and join us in the Discord, because that we are going to be in there. There's going to be conversations going all weekend long. Head to YouTube, head to Twitter. Like, the information is going to be out there. Heck, even go to IGN. I mean, this is a big enough panel that in the past IGN has sent a team there, and they usually have some sort of news article is covering this. So you will absolutely be able to get the information, even if you're not able to make it out to California. And I highly encourage you to figure out a way to get involved with the discussion. So before we get out of here, Emma, why don't you go ahead and give us a little bit of a rundown about what next week's shows are going to be about?
Yeah, so I know we and the Living Force, we're going to be doing kind of retrospectives on our time at Celebration. I believe Legends Look Back, you guys are going to be airing the second part of Kenobi, correct?
Yes. So we're talking about, I'm thinking about the times here.
I know, me too, because now
the day
now I'm all
after this
messed
show
up.
debuts will be at Celebration. That will
Correct.
be
The 26th.
the Kenobi week bonus content, right? We're doing the second
Right.
part of our Kenobi roundtable.
Fantastic.
And there's some great stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we had a great discussion. Honestly, like, I'm saying this even being impartial, like, that was one of the best, like, roundtables in Utini history, like, out of
Oh,
any of them. Like, that, it was like really deep, meaningful discussions that, made me think about the book in a different way. So I hope everybody gets some enjoyment out of that. So yeah, that's what's coming up. And lastly, Jared, thank you for coming on. Even though you've been podcasting like crazy, we really appreciate you, and it's been fun. I can't wait to see you again.
Yeah, we've met before. That's
right.
insane.
It's like the craziest thing.
Yeah, no, I've been podcasting with Freddie for 3 years. For 3
guys
years,
haven't
and
even met.
we've never met in person. I mean,
Wow.
that's a big deal.
do you
And
even
not
know
only-
that-
and not
do
only
know
have you
if
never
he has
met-
shins?
I just hope I'm taller than him.
and not only are you're actually going to fly out there, but you're not going to see each other the first day, right? Is
I'm staying
that
at
what
his
you?
house, and
And
he's
you're
out
even
of
staying
town
at his
that first
house.
day.
Yeah, and he's not going to be there.
That's hilarious.
So yeah.
Thanks, guys. I've enjoyed being on the show.
Oh,
Yeah. Thanks, Jared. And Tyler,
Yes.
can't wait to meet you in person finally.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be you and I are gonna. It's gonna be awesome, and I cannot wait to meet everybody, all the members of the Utini team that is gonna be out there. It's gonna definitely be an awesome thing. And I can't wait for it. So, but as far as this week's episode goes, that is gonna do it for this week's this week's episode of the Cosmic Force. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the show right here on YouTube, where you can hear us live, usually live, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. We also encourage you to subscribe to our audio version on whatever podcast platform you listen to. You can also follow us on Twitter and tweet at the show at Cosmic Force Show to stay informed about all the Star Wars comics happenings, or you can follow the hosts individually. I'm at Ty Rags, Emma is at Irma Jedi 26, Caleb is at Caleb Lamanick, and Jared is at Jared Q Mays. For reviews, articles, and news for the rest of the expanded universe, be sure to visit utini.com. We also encourage you to join our Utini Discord community by going to utini.com/discord. And you can help support the show by heading to patreon.com/utini and start receiving exclusive perks starting at just $5 a month. A special thank you to OK Endar, Brian Dooley, Earl Q, Patrick Ortiz, and Carl Sander on our Jedi High Council, as well as Elizabeth Cloutier, Freddie C., and Sally and Chris Eilerson on our Alliance High Command. Special thank you to Jared for helping us host tonight. Thank you again to Emma and Caleb for joining me, as you always do. Excuse me. Thank you for those of you who are we're in the chat tonight, and a special thank you to our listeners for joining us wherever and whenever you are. We truly appreciate you. Have fun at Star Wars Celebration, and we will see you afterwards. May the Force be with everybody. Good night.